Hey guys, Premier Game Rooms here, and today we're going to be talking about how to upgrade your 1.0 PC build to some quick updates that we made with the 1.0 patch. It's a really easy process. All we're going to be doing is pretty much hooking up the keyboard to the machine, which is right down here, and putting in a USB drive too if you have some extra space. Most of these machines shipped out with a little tiny keyboard and mouse combo, but if you have a regular USB keyboard, you can plug them in right here. So what we're going to do in order to get this process rolling is we have a hub to make it easier for ourselves. But right down here, you're going to see that there's some USB ports that you can plug right into, and that way you can have a USB keyboard and a USB mouse that you can work with here. This is going to go through that. So basically what you do is you'll take the files that you download and you're going to put them on any USB drive. It doesn't have to be exactly like this one, but anything that's just empty, free, ready to go. And then you're going to plug it into your computer. Now, if you don't have any extra ports here because you plugged in a keyboard and a mouse, if you follow me over to the back here, we do have some extra ports located in the front section of the arcade over here. So we're just going to plug this guy in. And there's instructions too as well inside of the files, so you know what you're doing. You're going to plug that puppy in, and it's going to pop up on the front of the screen asking you what you want to do with it. And 9 times out of 10 it'll pop up on its own after a couple of seconds, but in this case, and sometimes it won't. So all you got to do is just go to your keyboard and you got to hit the Windows key. And what that'll do is it'll pop up the little Windows dialog here. You just got to type in File. And the first one that comes in is File Explorer. You can type in the whole name if you want. Then all you gotta do is on your keyboard, and you're just gonna go and press Enter. So at that point, your File Explorer is gonna pop up, and you're not gonna look for the D drive. You're looking for whatever other drive you just plugged in. It's probably gonna be the E drive. So you're just gonna open that up, and you'll see in here it's got the README, which is pretty much all the instructions I just went through, all the fixes. So for this one, it fixes the Gauntlet Legends Button 4 overlay bug, which is one with a little something popped up on the window when you press this button here by accident. It adds Laserdisc games like Dragon's Lair. It fixes the Dreamcast controls because those were a little iffy sometimes, and it also fixes the late TV start resolution error. So it sounds like a lot, but it's all automated for you. So all you have to do is after you unzip the files, it should look just like this inside your USB with all these different folders in here. And you're just going to double click on patch 1-1. What that's going to do is going to close your arcade down, and it's going to start the automated patching process. And then it's going to pretty much, it's a 10-second thing, goes through, and then it's just going to restart your PC engine for you. So at this point it's restarting. We're going to give it a couple seconds to boot back up, so you can unplug that, and you can also take out the USB because you no longer need it. So that loads up, and you'll see now you've got all your arcades, but if you go up, you're going to see you now have a new option called Laserdisc, which is all of the Laserdisc games, including Dragon's Lair. All of these games, what they are is they are emulated as an actual Laserdisc, so you gotta give them about a minute or two to fully boot up, but then you can play them as normal. We do have them all without like the extra arrows and stuff on the screen, so if you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. If not, have fun. We're just gonna show you Dreamcast real quick. And one of these games, with what we fixed there, is, let's get back up here. What we fixed is that the analog and the D-pad were 2 different joysticks. We just made them work on both because you never use the analog and the D-pad at the same time, so we just made the analog the D-pad and the D-pad the analog all on a joystick all at once. So the menus use the D-pad and the game uses the analog. Now you can see it's all good to go. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it, and happy gaming.